Africa's agricultural productivity levels could easily double within 5 years, positioning the continent well to feed itself and to export food to other regions of the world. Seizing these commercial opportunities could bring significant benefits to millions whose lives depend on agriculture, said Kofi Annan, chair of the Africa Progress Panel, to a civil society audience in Addis Ababa. Mr. Annan was talking at an APP event, also attended by panel member Strive Masiwa and organized in partnership with the African Green Revolution Forum, to discuss this year's Africa Progress Report, Grain, Fish, Money. Mr. Annan said that African self-sufficiency in food production would bring significant benefits.
Africa spends roughly $35 billion a year on food imports. Could you imagine if this money, or a substantial portion of it, went to African farmers and the fishing communities instead of foreign businesses? Could you imagine what impact this will have on the lives of the poor women who toil on our farms day in and day out there alone, often with very little help from the government or the society?
Mr. Annan said malnutrition represented political failure and urged Africans to hold their governments to account for their policies on agriculture, which directly affects 2/3 of the continent's population. He noted that African leaders have made repeated promises to increase their spending on agriculture.
The promises which count, we must remember, are those which are implemented, which are kept. It's only promises which are kept which matter. And so we are looking at our leaders. They've made fresh promises, and we will see where we go from here.
APP Executive Director Caroline Kende-Rob chaired the event to discuss this year's Africa Progress Report, and her guests on the panel were Eleni Gabrimadin, founder of the Ethiopia Commodity Exchange, Michael O'Brien Onyeka, the Executive Director of Greenpeace Africa, Sifo Moyo, the Executive Director of anti-poverty advocacy group One Africa, and Strive Masiwa, who founded and runs telecommunications giant Econet Wireless. Besides being a member of the Africa Progress Panel, Mr. Masiwa also chairs the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa. Mr. Masiwa said how important it is to attract entrepreneurs into the agricultural sector, the so-called agropreneurs, especially among Africa's youth.
Agriculture needs to be seen in the context of entrepreneurship, because we need young people to come to agriculture. And it's the entrepreneurial component that is going to excite them. How are they going to use and leverage the mobile phone?
Africa's economies have grown fast over the past decade, but that growth has benefited too few people on the continent. Inequality is growing. This year's Africa Progress Report, Grain, Fish, Money, finds that boosting Africa's agriculture can create economic opportunities, reduce malnutrition and poverty, and generate faster, fairer growth.